Please read the disclaimer. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. We're going to talk about the crypto markets, about XRP, a rumor that could be good or could be bad for XRP. We'll talk about that. And the economic stuff that is happening in the United States this week that could affect the crypto market. Right now, the crypto market might be at its flattest sentiment, its lowest sentiment that I have seen in a very long time. The price action is stuck, the interest is low, the volatility is low. What does that mean? It means that potentially there could be some aggressive movements here into a week where we do have some big financial data that is coming out for the crypto market. We have, of course, the CPI that is coming out on Thursday and a job report that is coming out on Tuesday, and PCE, which is the preferred Fed inflation data that's coming out on Friday. So when you have all of those things that are coming this week, and again, it comes with uncertainty, that could create volatility in the crypto market. So you need to be ready for that and that possibility that we could see the price of crypto, the price of XRP, go up and down a lot this week. It might be a very, very kangaroo-ish type of market. So you need to take that into consideration. You need to be ready for that, right? CPI, we haven't seen in a very long time. I think it's been like 2-3 months because of the government shutdown. That will be very, very anticipated. It usually is on Tuesdays. I don't know, this time Thursday. It is what it is. But it will be very interesting to see what the numbers are. We'll get a little bit more taste. I think we already had PCE numbers did come out at the end of November, but there was no CPI. It was PPI, I think, that came out as well, but no CPI. And so this will be the first one that we've had in a while. And of course, that could create some volatility towards the end of the week. So we'll see. So far XRP is around $2. Not much movement over the past few days. You can see, basically 2.20, somewhere around that level. Basically since Thursday, right? We've been around the same level, and it's not just, of course, XRP. Is the whole crypto market. Although Bitcoin did drop off a little bit. You can see jumping off of the trend line here, and is currently at 89,810, so a little bit under 90,000. Ethereum got close to dropping under 3,000 again, but came up a little bit. And so we'll see how the markets play out. There is a potential that if we do recover, then we could have a potential crossover here on the 1348 EMA on the daily chart. So again, if that happens, we'll see how it plays out. But I don't know how the market is going to move. I don't know what President Trump is going to say. I don't know how things are going to play out. To tell you the truth, I got some bad news this morning, and it kind of got me out of whack a little bit. And I didn't feel like, making a video or, doing anything today. But then I thought to myself, you know what, Avi, you can't let bad news bring you down. You can't let, failures stop you from continuing to get better, from continuing to learn, from continuing to, develop yourself. And so then I said to myself, you know what, I need to show the people that, watch in, day out, that I'm human too. Bad things happen to everybody. Bad news happens to everybody. And the way we approach it, the way we are able to, brush ourselves off after some bad news and continue, according to a specific plan that we have, or, we can shift it a little bit, but that is very, very important to remember. We have to remember at the end of the day, that brighter times will come. I don't want to share the news, but it's something that it's not great, but it's all good, right? We'll be okay. Everything is fine. It's just something that made me a little bit sad. But even me, maybe the most optimistic person in the world, got a little bit of sad news there. So I just wanted to share with you that, and just a reminder that if you get bad news or something bad happens to you, there's always the other side of that, and we can stay optimistic. Okay. By the way, happy Hanukkah to everybody that's celebrating, and hopefully we have brighter days, right? Hanukkah, you say, the holiday of lights. Hopefully we have some more brighter days. This 2026, right? I know 2025 is not over just yet. We still got 2 weeks until that happens, but when we look at where crypto was last year, and we look at I talk about the two timeline scenarios, um, I think that we're in the very good timeline, right? The other timeline would have been terrible for crypto. Talking about the timeline that started on November 6th, 2024. Just for crypto, I'm talking. I know people in the comment section might have an opinion on that, but right now the sentiment around crypto, and I know the price action is not great right now, but the things happening behind the scenes, the shifts, the changes, the investments, the entry of all these companies, all of these big money. Remember, the big money comes, and small retail investors, they're only gonna come when it's already, quote unquote, too late, or it's the peak has already happened, right? Or we're close to the peak. That's when people that were never interested in the crypto market, that's usually when they wake up. But institutions, the big money, they are usually accumulating when things are lower. Again, this is just my opinion. This video is for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. But listen, we have a situation where full regulatory framework will be implemented. We'll potentially get a Clarity Act and potentially more bills that will go through. Rapidly growing institutional adoption. We've seen how all these big financial bodies are either creating ETFs or adding crypto to balance sheets, and the sentiment, the approach to crypto is totally shifted. And also, this is Nate's opinion here, Nate Gerasi, which says crypto stops being perceived as the product. It actually starts becoming the rails. And I think that is going to be very, very important for XRP and for Ripple. And just that, it is looked at as not as this asset that potentially could get me, a lot more value in the future, but is something that is actually used, something that is actually implemented, and that is what is important. Until now, everything, right, Bitcoin, everything for the most part, right, has been speculation. It's been crypto is used inside the crypto market. So even if it was Ethereum, right, and there was the NFT craze, the Ethereum was being used as a gas fee, and people were accumulating Ethereum to buy the NFTs, right? But that was all inside the crypto market. It's like inside. Now, potentially it's going to be used outside of the crypto market in 2026. And that's a big jump forward, right? The payments, right? Yes, crypto is supposed to be, right? Cryptocurrency supposed to be for payments, right? But until now, it's still a very, very, very small portion of what actually happens in the crypto market. So it will be very interesting to see what changes in 2026. And we got this XRP news here. Vivo Power launches 300 million Ripple fund. Korean Vivo Power launches this 300 million Ripple equity fund targeting South Korea. We know that South Koreans love XRP. We know that many times on Uphold, which is the Korean crypto exchange, XRP is number one. And so we'll potentially see what will happen, in Korea. I think that a lot of potential movement for XRP starts with South Korea and then moves to the rest of the world, moves to the US and in Europe. But a lot of the excitement, I think, comes initially from South Korea. So we'll see how that plays out. And this is a situation. A lot of people have been talking about this. It's still speculation. It's nothing confirmed, right? But there's been talk about Swift potentially building a blockchain ledger. And they're sparking speculation on whether it could involve the XRP ledger or a Ripple technology, or will they try to implement something by themselves? Now, one might say, well, if they're trying to create a Ripple, right, a company like that in a very short period of time, this company has been developing and creating and implementing and expanding for over 10 years, I think, right? I think over 10 years already. And so you can't just whip something up in a very short period of time and expect the product to be as good as something that's been around for a long time. It could happen. It depends on, of course, if it's an app or something like that. Yes, that could be implemented very, very fast. But something as complex as a Ripple, I don't think that they can get to the same level. The question is going to be, will there be a competition here? And some might say, well, competition is not good. I think that usually competition is good, but we'll have to wait and see what will happen with that. Again, I don't know if they're actually going to do this. This is just speculation on potentially what could happen here. So I wanted to bring it to your attention. Remember, I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly about the crypto market, about XRP. So that's very, very important to remember. And like I said, I didn't want to make this video today. I was feeling a little bit blue, but I said to myself, people are anticipating, people are waiting, people want to hear my opinions. And also, it is kind of a therapy for me just to talk to you, just to release my emotions. It's good for me and it's healthy for me also. So I appreciate you listening to me, to what I have to say, to subscribing to the channel and continuing to support my journey here, our journey together. And hopefully you are doing well today as well. Don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you next time.